Well, hello, boys and girls. It's When I Feel Like 8 o'clock. And at this When I Feel Like 8 o'clock, for NHL Pearls of Wisdom, I'm at the life coach's house, my life coach's house, and we are in the red room of meditation. And why? Well, I came here because it's coming to the greatest time in the land, the NHL playoffs. And I, of course, make predictions about the NHL playoffs. During the regular season, I sat at about 75% on my picks for the last half of the season. The first half didn't do the greatest, but I really needed to get some meditation and naps in for this series in particular, and that series being the Los Angeles Kings and the Vegas Knights. And okay, sorry, excuse me, the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't know how long people are going to call them the Golden Knights for before they finally get through their heads that it's just the Knights. It's what the owner wanted to call them, and everybody's going to call them the Knights eventually, so just call them the Knights. Anyways, I had to go through a lot because, first of all, my NHL Pearls of Wisdom is what I am. I support pants-free living. If you could see lower than this, I would definitely be not wearing pants because we don't want restrictions and chafing. That's why we also use Jaime's Body Lube. It's the best there. I said it. There, I got to get that out of the way. But for now, okay, the Las Vegas Golden Knights versus the Los Angeles Kings. A lot of people would think the Los Angeles Kings got probably the best ball they could get if they're going to be a lower seed going against the Las Vegas Golden Knights. They have been the Knights have been underappreciated all year, including by me, by the way, and for good reason. Here's their top four centers. William Karlsson, who was almost a 40-goal scorer, fell off at the end a little bit. Eric Haula, who thought, I mean, I knew he was really a lot better than people knew. He was underrated, but he was like almost a point-to-game player. Cody Eakin, always underappreciated. And then they brought in this Ryan Carpenter kid who has been flying under the radar for quite some time. And everybody that they simply brought in just did fantastic. You have, for sure, the coach of the year in Gallant. On left wing, you got Marchessault, David Perron, Thomas Tatar, Oscar Lindberg. Now, on paper, that seems like a fairly average left wing core. I mean, most of these players are all the same. Marchessault, Perron, and Tatar are skilled players. 20 to 25 goal scorers in their career. Marchessault was in the AHL for most of it. Played fantastic all year long. James Neal on the right side, who with Riley Smith Noshik and Noshik, who was an AHL player up until now, picked up Reeves from Pittsburgh. Like, none of this screams this is a Stanley Cup contender, okay? Still, to this day, when you read it out and you actually listen to what they have. Colin Miller, Shea Theodore, Nate Schmidt, Brian McNabb. None of that screams a playoff top four, caliber top four. Let me tell you, quickly, Gallant is a genius. He did it in Florida, and he's doing it here. What he does is there's no coach right now in the league that does a better job of getting players to believe in their skill and let them play with their skill. And that's exactly what this team does. If you ever watch the Vegas Golden Knights, one thing you're going to notice is that they never hang their heads about anything. They get up and they keep on playing, and they just seem to have this positive aura about them no matter what they do. And I know that's huge, but who thought it could be this huge? And then, of course, you've got a wonderful pickup that they got. If you want to sell that type of thing to your players, you get Marc-Andre Fleury, because Marc-Andre Fleury is all about that. It took him a while in his career to get to that point. That Zen-like, this is why we have the red lights, because we're talking about the Zen meditative force of positivity. Marc-Andre Fleury is all of that. It's amazing. He is such a lightning bolt, or not bolt. What's the post? The post thing that the lightning hits? You know what I'm talking about. Lightning pole of positivity, and that's what this team does. Now, you go with the L.A. Kings. The Los Angeles Kings, they picked up a great pickup in, and a lot of people were making fun of it, but they picked up Dion Phaneuf. And, okay, you can say whatever you want about where their development is and all that stuff like that. They got a top 4 defenseman basically without giving anything up at all. And I said once they got Phaneuf, I said they're going to make the playoffs. Phaneuf has been underappreciated for far too long. Phil Kessel backed him up in Toronto, and damn right he should have. There's nothing wrong with Phaneuf as a defenseman. Should he be making $7 million a year? Probably not, but a top 4 defenseman he is, and a darn good one at that, and a good leader in the room. So what is it that the LA Kings are going to have to do to beat the Vegas Knights? First of all, I was going to do the same thing with the Vegas Knights. The Vegas Knights are all about speed. When I mentioned all those players, almost all of them are super fast, or at least top speed, are very speedy. Maybe not the speediest, but the foot speed on their forwards is fantastic, and that's how they're going to win. Now, the Los Angeles Kings, on the other hand, don't have that. They have even Anze Kopitar is not that fast. They have Jeff Carter, who's very fast. They have guys like Adrian Kempe is a good skater, and Trevor Lewis. They brought in Tobias Reeder, brought some more speed into their lineup. But besides that, they're a fairly slow of foot team, and that's what what's going to be difficult for them going against the Vegas Knights. How is it that LA is going to win? Well, the LA Kings are weak on the left side when it comes to wingers. They're very strong on the right side with Dustin Brown, Trevor Lewis, Tyler Toffoli, and up the middle they have Kopitar, Carter. Not bad at all. Forward to forward, they probably can keep up with Vegas, just not with foot speed. So what they do have is a lot of size. They're going to have to hit like crazy and play serious playoff hockey, get these guys to slow down. I see Vegas winning the first 2, and then Los Angeles can come back and take it after that. One position that they absolutely do win for sure is defense. Drew Doughty, Jake Muzzin, Alec Martinez, Dion Phaneuf, and the very underrated Derek Forbort is an underrated defense that hasn't been getting enough credit this year. If they can utilize those defensemen to move the pucks fast out of the zone and not let Vegas get a cycle going and and be able to keep the distance as they're coming into the zone as short as possible so they can't utilize their speed, LA can do some damage here. They also have Jonathan Quick, who, if he gets hot, can stop everything. Same can be said for Fleury, though. Question is, what's going to happen here? Who's going to win? And I think this is going to be a better series than people think. One thing that LA has that Vegas doesn't have is NHL experience. There's not much playoff experience. There's not much playoff experience on the Vegas roster, and there's lots on LA's roster. I think this is going to go 7 games. I really do. And I'm going to give it to the Vegas Knights anyways. I think their speed is going to win overall, and I've underrated them. I've underrated them all the way through. I said I think the Vegas will win the first 2. LA will come back home, win 2, and then it'll be a battle after that. But I don't think LA is going to be able to keep up with their speed all the way through. I don't think they have enough speed to keep up their hitting late in the series. That's the thing. Once they tire out, I think Vegas has enough forward depth, and I wanted to get into that too. Vegas's forward depth compared to LA's is fantastic. It's how they've been winning all year long. I will take Las Vegas depth over most teams' depth in the league, and they did a fantastic job of identifying that. I got when they picked these guys. Cody Eakin is a really good third line player. Oscar Lindbergh, William Carrier, Alex Tuck. These guys would play on the top on some teams' second lines, and they have them playing the third and fourth, and that's what's going to win this series for Vegas. And sorry, LA, that's the way I see it. That's my full 42%, boys and girls. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Go back into my videos. You'll see how accurate I have been during the regular season for my picks. Hit the bell. Get yourself a vat of Jaime's Body Lube and of course, my NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace, because everybody loves a pearl necklace. Have a great day. Lots of love to ya.